Continuing on with our factoring, today we are doing the difference between two squares. So the difference between two squares is actually seen here. I've got a difference between two squares, okay? And if I were to factor it, I get, do you remember this? These are conjugates. Conjugates, because they're the same thing, just with two different signs. So we're just gonna jump straight into it. First, I need to check, is 4 a perfect square? Yeah, it's 2 times 2. X squared is perfect squared, x times x. 25 is also a perfect squared. So the square root of that is going to be 2x, and the square root of 25 is going to be 5. Now, since it's a perfect square and it's a difference, I'm going to put a minus, and then I'm going to rewrite it with a plus between it. Easy peasy. That's all there is to it. This is actually a really quick section because all we're doing is teaching you how to check things. So if there's a negative sign between it, which there is, you need to check, is this a perfect square? 9x squared, yep, it's 3x. Is this a perfect squared? 6y, yep, it is. So I'm gonna put my negative and I'm gonna put my positive, and that's my answer. See, very quick work here. What about this? Is this a perfect square, or is this a difference between two squares? Okay, it's got the negative, yep. 9 and x squared, that gives me 3x. What about 1? Is 1 a perfect squared? You betcha it is, because I can do 1 times 1 gives me 1. So I'm going to put my plus, put my minus. If you'll notice, they're the exact same things other than these symbols in the middle. Now this one is one that would have a lot of people saying it's not a perfect square. Why? Because the x squared comes second. However, we are focused on, is there a minus between it? Yep. Is 4 a perfect square? Yep. Is 64x squared? Yep. It does not matter if my my x squared comes first or second, because here I have a perfect, or a different perfect difference between two squares. So two perfect squares, difference between them. So this is a good example right here of how you can get thrown for a loop. They can try and, muddle some stuff up and see. For this problem, I'm probably gonna have a lot of these that are multiple choice that just say, is it a difference between two squares? Here is what you are looking for. Perfect square with a subtraction sign between it. This is how you tell if they are multiplying conjugates, they are a difference between two squares. So you can see forwards and backwards how to tell if it's a difference between two squares.